Hello. Um, the last video that I made was kind of a little tiny intro or mention of the word live, spelled backwards. Starts with an E. And this part of live spelled backward, or yeah, live, or it, live, anyway, same word, spelled the same, starts with an E. Um, is about, we'll just call it Skippity Doodah, because a link to Skippity Doodah will be in the description. And that's about what happens to children. And most people don't want to talk about it. They want to pretend it isn't there, to ignore it. Like, oh, that's just stuff in the movies. And it's not. It's not. Um, having been married to, a Luciferian person, I was 17 when I met him. And very, very, very naive. And all I knew was things weren't adding up. It was scary. It was weird. I didn't understand what was going on. And then I just decided I couldn't really do it. And I left and filed for divorce. And then all the demons came out of the dungeon. And in the end, I felt I had no choice. Actually, God kind of said, no, you, to go back to him. And and then once I did, I found out that they had already had a plan in the works to take our daughters, my daughters, away and disappear. So, 20 years with this person, and, earlier today when I heard a video and I'm hearing people talk about it, and things that happen to children and that they do to children. And I'm not going to really go into it because I have lost friends and probably lose some people that lose friends, because when you know, you can't unknow what you know. Think of the very worst things you could ever imagine. And people are shocked by animal abuse. Well, when boys and girls and men and women are treated the same way by people who have no conscience. And most of these people, I promise you, will self-destruct. Their hubris gets in the way. There are very, very few who are completely and totally severed in their brains as far as having a soul or a conscience, being in touch with that, are so deeply possessed. And I've seen a lot of that, but it happened to me. And I spent the rest of my whole time keeping us, my daughters and I, away from other people, everybody, and keeping them alive and keeping my family alive. There were things that were done to my sisters and to our pets and our family to keep us quiet. So, life spelled backward is real. It happens next door to you. Um, so, when you hear things, don't dismiss it. We don't support Disney. Um, and I really didn't know they were EVIL until not not long ago. But it made sense because there were always things that weren't adding up. Do research, you know, because a lot of people don't want to know about it. They don't want to think about it. But when you've experienced it, you know. And you want to talk about victim shaming? My whole life, our whole lives, you try to talk about things because when that stuff happens to you, when you're a survivor, you can just lock that abused part of you, that survivor part, but what you've survived, away, and basically you have a split in your mind to fit in with everybody else. Well, I'm already autistic, so I've never fit in anyway. Don't discount it, because if you do, you have to bear some of the guilt of what happens to them. Squirrels are playing in the tree. They're funny. Um, yeah, hypervigilance. That's one of the things for us. And when somebody tells you, "Oh, that politician is a bad person," or this or that, well, it might be hard to grasp, but truth is truth. And what you don't know can kill you. What you pretend isn't there can and does destroy you. And if you're presented with truth and won't listen, or choose not to listen because it hurts you, or it makes you cry, or it keeps you up at night, imagine what it does for the little kid next door, the little kid across the street, that is surviving what you couldn't even fathom, in your worst nightmares. People like us don't fit in. We don't get together and have survivor gatherings. Because being around others can spark memories. It's. I've spent a lot of years trying to forget what I know, and not looking at it, not wanting to deal with it. Sadly for some of us, we have scars. Maybe physical, definitely mental and emotional. There's an emptiness in my heart and our family because the EVIL took away my daughter, one of them, my oldest one. So we're just gonna stop it there for now, and we'll pick up another time.